Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's PvE stream. I am going to be your pilot this afternoon. It's Valor. I'm Valor. Apologize about my muffled voice. I'm dealing with a bit of a cold right now, as we're getting some unseasonably warm weather here in Maryland. So, how's everybody? How's everybody in chat doing? I don't see very many people here. I did see MJ show up earlier. So, yikes, not a lot of viewers today. I know it's early. It's just I want to just experiment with an early sim to see how this would work out. So anyway, I feel we should get into some of the games. We don't got any mods here right now, so let me pull up my little schedule to see what we're doing. We're going to start in the minors. We are going to have Florida against State College. Yep, it's only minor league games today. So this will be a quick one to start us off. We'll have a couple quick sims. We'll also have primetime number 8 and another minors game. So you get the Valor special, Bruce City and Nashville. So let's get into I'm gonna read if we have any info from the stats team. It will be for the primetime game, but I will read that when the time comes around. So, Florida State College. Let's take a look at what we have here. The lineups mainly feature Florida. They're going to send Doc Rock to the mound, who's coming with a 2-4 record and a 4.02 ERA. For the Swifties, they're going to send Joshua Homey be the third Esquire Joshua Homey Esquire Limited to the mound. He's coming in with a 6-6 record with a 3.47 ERA. Taking a look here, coming in. Florida is currently sitting at one of the best records in the minors right now. The Swifties have been decent, but not very good. So, if anybody else is in here, I'm downloading the graph files so I can audit teams. Okay. Just to let you know, you can do that once I'm out of this file. So, without further ado, because we don't have any mods here, I guess I'll jump right in. I have this muted. This is not good. Okay, we start off with Luca, who's going to strike out here. Ton to her. Ground ball. That's going to get by for a base hit. That's going to be a quick single for him. Homer Simpson coming up here. Fly ball to center is going to get caught. Here's the hot hitting Poliwag. Lines it right to the shortstop. And they can't do much after that's her single. Let's see what the Swifties could do with the hot hitting Kai Brummer. Fly ball to left. Not going to be deep enough to get any home runs. It's going to be caught. Jack Rousseau against coming up here. Fly ball to center. Oh, misplayed it. It's over the center fielder's head. It's going to be a stand-up double for Rousseau. Good start there, and also my player got a steal. Actually did something good. Rare. Griffin Stone. Deep fly ball to center. It's going to get caught, but not going to be deep enough to advance Rousseau from second. Let's see if Adam Confused can drive in the run. Line drive. It's going to drop. It's an RBI single, and the Swifties are on the board. Next up here, Dusty Backstop. He's going to take a swing and a miss for Doc Rock's first strikeout of the game. Top of the second, we go with Alan Greer. And he's going to draw a full count walk. Atlas Slugs. Ground ball to second. The only play they get is a force out at second. McScooty Fortune is going to get hit. Oof. No control on that pitch. Dan Thunder, cold hitter. Is that going to be... Oh, it just gets the out at second. Also, Anchorage, you're losing the bots. Come on, man. Ejectocito, 3-1 count. That's going to get past the third baseman for a base hit. Runners on first. And that is actually going to tie the game for the Mingos. Here's Luca. Hard fly ball, deep center. And that is gone. A free run shot there by Luca. That's going to give the Mingos a 4-1 lead. 4 unanswered runs in the second. Can they continue? Saher. is going to take a check swing. Got him. All right, back to the Swifties. They got some work to do with Barry Jr. Going to start off with a line out to, this looks like, the shortstop. Fiorol is going to ground out to first. Sebastian Primo. He's going to ground out to the second baseman. So a 1-2-3 inning there for the Swifties. Back to Florida with Homer Simpson. That's a deep fly ball. Deep to right and kiss that baby goodbye. That is out of here. Homer Simpson makes this a 5-1 Florida lead. Hot hitting Pollywag. It's a towering pop-up that's going to get caught by the shortstop. Here's Alan Greer, hot hitter. Deep fly ball to center. Just going to be off the top of the wall. Missed a home run, but not by much. It's a stand-up double for him. Atlas Slugs coming up here. Fly ball to right. Crazy hustle there by that third base. By the right field. I said third base. By the right fielder get the out. Okay, McScooty Fortune coming up here. Ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. Back to the Swifties with Gunnar Skogard. That's a tough play. Oh, great play by the first baseman to get Skogard out. Back to Brummer, who's going to draw a walk. Rousseau is going to hit a soft ground ball. Oh! Bad throw on the second base, and the shortstop couldn't handle it. It's going to be called an error. Griffin Stone to right. It's going to drop. And the bases are loaded for 1 out for Adam Confused. He could tie this game right here. Fly ball to left. That should be deep enough to score a run. It is. That's going to cut the lead down to 3. Here's Dusty Backstop. Line drive caught by the third baseman. So in bases loaded, the Swifties only get 1 as we go to the 4th. Back to Thunder. Full count. He's going to swing. Oh, great play by the shortstop to get him out. Ejectocito coming up here. That's a towering pop-up that's going to get caught by the shortstop for the second out. Top of the order with Luca. And he's going to strike out here. All right. Barry Jr. Fly ball to the left. It's going to get caught. Fuel is going to draw a 4-pitch walk. Dangerous person with 17 steals. Are they going to send him? Nope, Primo's going to pop this up. That's going to be caught by the hustling shortstop there. And Skogard. They are going to send Fuel, and he is going to be safe. Picking up his 18th steal of the season. Let's see if Skogard can bring in the runner. Nope, it's a ground out to third. So, pretty close game after 4. Florida up by 3. Here's Ton Sahur. That's going to get down for a base hit. Simpson coming up again. Ground ball past the third baseman for a base hit. They're going to send him to... This is going to be a stand-up double. And just like that, runners on second and third with nobody out. Here's Pollywag. A 4-pitch walk. And the bases are going to be loaded. Nobody out for Alan Greer. Ground ball. They're going to get the out at... Let's see. They get the out at home, but not at first. Here's Atlas Slugs. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Are we going to have a Noble Tiger? McScooty Fortune. Ground ball. Yes, we have a Noble Tiger. Unable to get anything going with bases loaded, nobody out. This could be the momentum that State College needs. Kai Brummer, full count. High fly ball deep to right, and that is gone. Just as I was talking about needing momentum, that is a home run there by their hottest hitter, Brummer. Is going to make this a 2-run game. And now Rousseau's going to get a base hit that goes over the shortstop's head. Here's Griffin Stone. Rousseau's going to take off, but he's going to get thrown out at second. Not even close. And Stone's going to get a base hit, though. Oh, that could have been a run if Rousseau would have been safe. Kind of confused. Fly ball to right. That is good. And it's... Oh, apparently it's gone. I didn't see it, but it is a tie game, just like that. We talked about momentum, and guess that just happened. Dusty Backstop, full count, and he's going to take a called strike 3. Andrew Barry Jr. is going to ground ball to the second baseman. That's going to end the inning. Let's see how Florida can respond. Thunder is going to get a base hit. And Ultranium's in, and he gives up a walk to Ejectocito. Luca coming up here. Fly ball to center is going to get caught. Tonton hunches to her. Pop up that's going to get caught by the third baseman. And here's Homer Simpson. 3-1 count. Bat's going to get by. There's going to be a play at the plate, and that throw is not going to be in time, and Florida retakes the lead. Here's Polly Wag, who's going to strike out here. All right, back to the bottom of the sixth. Fuel is going to strike out here. New pitcher in for Florida. It's Hank, which is a bot. And not a good start as Primo's going to get a base hit here. Here's Govgard. Ground ball. This could be two, and it is indeed a double play. That's going to end the inning. Top of the seventh with the hot-hitting Alan Greer. That's going to get down for a base hit. Atlas Slug's coming up now. Ground ball back. Gets past the shortstop for a base hit. McScooty Fortune. Full count. And once again, the bases are loaded. Nobody out for Florida. With Dan Thunder coming up here. And they won't be denied this time. They're going to get a run past here. No Noble Tiger. And make it 7-5. And here's Ejectocito with the bases still loaded. And that's going to get down. 1 run's in. And that's all they're going to get. It's going to be 8-5 for Florida. Nekomata's in, but it's not going to matter much as Luca gets a towering fly ball that's going to get caught, but it is going to score another run to make it 9-5. Tonton Sahur is going to ground out, and it's a double play. A much-needed double play. Let's see how they can do. Brummer is going to ground out to the shortstop. Rousseau coming up here, full count, is going to take a called strike free. Griffin Stone is going to strike out. So we go top of the eighth, Florida up by 4 with Homer Simpson coming up. That's going to be a towering pop-up that's going to get easily caught there by Barry Jr. for the first out. Here's Pollywag. Ground ball that's going to be grounded to third for the first out. I'm at second. Oh my God, I'm losing it. Alan Greer is going to ground out to the shortstop. And we're going to go bottom 8. With Adam Confused coming up here. Ground ball. It's going to be lined to third for the first out. Dusty backstop. 3-1 count. He's going to ground out to the second baseman. Andrew Barry Jr. coming up here. Grounded to the shortstop, and that's going to end the inning. Let's see if Florida can get some more insurance here coming into the top of the ninth. Slugs is going to strike out here. McScooty Fortune is going to ground out to third. And Dan Thunder is going to ground out to second. Last chance for the Swifties with Fuel, Primo, and Skovgard. Hank is still in. And with a full count, he's going to get Fuel to take a called strike free. Here's Primo. Also going to strike out here. Last chance, going to Skovgard. It's going to strike out the side, and that's going to be your game. A 9-5 victory for the Florida Flamingos. They go to 48 wins. Pretty strong season for the Mingos continues. Florida side, we have a 1-for-4, 4 RBI day for Luca. 2 of them be a home run. 3-for-5, 2 RBI day for Homer Simpson. For State College, we have a Brummer who had a home run, and a 2-for-3, 4 RBI day from Adam Confused. Pitching-wise, Doc Rock picks up the win, Esquire limited the loss, and Adam Confused is going to be your player of the game. I'm just going to check it on chat to see what we have going on here. Nothing. All right, let's get through some other box scores. Absolute domination here from the Hepcats, 14-4 winners over the Firehawks. California side, I see a 2-for-4, 2 RBI day for Moore. Couple RBIs for Carbonite, got a dumper. For Kansas City, the big day comes from, I haven't seen this name, from Thomas St. John, a 4-for-5, 4 RBI day. I assume he's going to be player of the game. To complement Ario Dong's 3-for-5, 3 RBI day, and a 3-for-5, 3 RBI day for Red Panda. Pitching-wise, Miller picks up the win, Murdoch the save, Neil Howard the loss, and Thomas St. John is going to be your player of the game. I'm going to save real quick so I don't forget about it.
The Wheelers are going to be 3-1 winners of the Puerto Rico Ranas. For the Wheelers, the runs came from a 3-for-4, 2 RBI day from Jordan. This is Rex Jordan. And the other RBI came from a sack day from D.B. Barnum. Pitching wise, Sasaki the win, Ribbit the boss the loss, Phantomins the save, and Smokey Sasaki the pitcher is going to be your player of the game. Oh no, oh boy. Kingpins pick steal a win on the road, 8-1 over the minors over the team's best team in the minors so far, the Bruce City Bears. For Bruce City, the lone RBI came from a sac fly from Tater McCheesy, and the only hits came from Osmashesy, Stitcherson, holding all these nuts, and yours truly. For the Kingpins, 2 RBI day for Ottoman Timothy, 4-for-5, 1 RBI day for El Grande Mexicano. Knowing the logic of the sim, he's probably going to be player of the game. Also another steal for Valor. Pitching wise, Kelly picks up the loss, Pollock the win, Aventurine the save, and as expected, El Grande Mexicano is going to be your player of the game. Final minors box score: the Dillos walk off the Lemurs in 11 innings. It is a Henderson with a walk-off grand slam. Oh my goodness. That caps off a 3-for-3, 4 RBI day for him. For the Lemurs, I see a 3-for-5, 1 RBI day for Sheeping. Allaire also has an RBI as well. Pitching wise, Fetty the bot picks up the loss, Waffle blown save, Batalmo picks up the win, and CJ Henderson is going to be your player of the game. All right, that concludes day one. So that means we get to our primetime game, which is going to be Detroit versus Boise.
See, and we do have some information from our stats team. Sorry, buddy, I can't help you with. Sorry, Black Baby Jesus. I can't help if your player doesn't do well. I just don't rig sims. Okay, we have our stat info here for Boise and Detroit, primetime number 8. Here's the information we have here from our team, from the stats team. Boise's coming off a 2-game losing streak that started their journey on the road. They are looking to get back on the right foot, starting their second road series out of 4. It won't be an easy challenge though, as they're facing the top of the Champions Conference in the Detroit Demons. The Demons is coming off a great 2-game home series sweep against the upper division leader in the Champions Conference, which is the Death Valley Scorpions. The Demons' bats have been arguably sitting at the top for almost every single stat. They're ranked first for runs scored, hits, batting average, and on-base percentage, just to name a few. Our player to watch for Detroit's bats is Alpha Nerd. He leads the team in RBIs and has the best on-base percentage in the league. Boise's not without their own weapon, though. Designated hitter Stewart continues to be a leader of the dugout. He leads the league in home runs and total bases. Boise will need everything out of their best player, along with every other player in the lineup, if they are able to defeat the odds. The Demons lead over Boise in most of the batting stats. The Demons have 97 more runs and 60 more hits than the Raptors. Boise's Harold Smith will need to play lights out to keep Detroit's batting line from going off. This is easier said than done when you're playing against a lineup that is performing well. Harold Smith currently sits tied for the second most hits allowed in the league with 138. Detroit's pitching staff will be led by arguably the best pitcher so far in the PB in Arya Blue Sky, who is the league lead win winner with 13. Blue Sky has allowed less hits and more strikeouts than competitor Harold Smith. Now let's take a look at the bullpens here. Boise has allowed 172 more hits allowed than Detroit, but has 15 more strikeouts. Coming into the fielding matchup, Detroit this game comes in with 69 double plays, 18 more than Boise, and a 17.1 zone rating, which compares to Boise's absolutely dreadful minus 55.2. So on paper, this is a pretty one-sided matchup. My gut is telling me this is going to get ugly quick. I mean, at least it's not Lone Star's player starting, which probably means he's going to get blown up in the first. But anyway, let's get going with this game with Detroit and Boise. Here we go with Arya Blue Sky on the mound. A good start for the Raptors. Chef Gagne is going to get a double. Are they going to call that? They're going to say a single and an error. Rodrigo Walla coming up here. He's going to get out. Goffier is going to strike out here. And here's Stewart, league home run leader, is going to strike out here. So they're unable to take advantage of the error as Detroit is able to strand the runner. Let's see how Smith does against Revin Sean. It's going to be a soft grounder that's going to be for the first out. Here's Zen Bobrist. Line drive base hit. That's going to get down. So a quick little single for Bobrist. Here's Alpha Nerd. Grounder that's going to get past the shortstop. And that's, I think, and safe. It's going to be a double there that puts runners at second and third with one out for Danger Dollarson. Gets a towering pop-up that's going to get caught by the third baseman. Hot hitting hole in the jam. It's going to draw a 4-pitch walk. So bases loaded, 2 outs for Bliss Slavis. Let's see if he can drive in these runs. High fly ball to center, but it's not going to be deep enough. So that's going to end the inning. Here's Martinez Momspooner who's going to strike out here. Peter Dawson the third. Grounder to the shortstop. It's going to be for the second out. Here's Chase Hunter. Line drive base hit. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Here's I Can't Believe It's PBE, who's going to ground out to end the inning. So 4 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed for Arya Blue Sky. Pretty good performance so far. So here's a starting pitcher coming up. And he's going to ground out to the second baseman. Well, Axiom Summers coming up here for Detroit. Ground ball is going to be grounded to the third for the second out. Here's the cold hitting Higashi Suzuka, who hits a towering fly ball that's going to get caught by the center fielder. So far, pitchers duels so far through 2, but this could change quick. Here's Mercatock, who's going to strike out here. Back to the top of the order with Gagne. Fly ball to center, but it's going to be off the top of the wall. It should be a stand-up double, and it is. Good chance here with Wallach coming up here, who's going to strike out. And here's Goppier. Fly ball to set right, it's going to get caught. By the way, that makes it 6 strikeouts for Arya Blue Sky. Back to the teams with their top of the lineup with Sean, who's going to ground out to first. Bobrist coming up here, full count. What the heck is that animation? That was caught for an out apparently. Okay. And here's Alpha Nerd. Ground ball to third. That's going to be out. So no score for free. It's been a great pitcher's duel. Here's Stewart. Grounder to the shortstop. It's going to be for the first out. Here's the cold hitting Momspooner. Chopper. And beats out the throw. Arya Blue Sky couldn't get control of that ball. Here's Peter Dawson the third, who's going to strike out here for Blue Sky's 7th of the game. And here's Chase Hunter. Also going to strike out. Make it 8 strikeouts for Arya Blue Sky. Let's see if Detroit can finally help Arya out with some runs. Dollarson. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here's the hot hitting hole in the jam. They're going to say Dollarson, and he's going to get thrown out at second quite easily. Now let's see what Jam does. He's going to get a base hit. If that would have been a safe steal, this would have been a 1-0 game. But alas, it's still a base hit. Here's Slamus. Towering pop-up going to be caught by the first baseman in foul territory. And here's the starting pitcher. Pass ball, but holds on to it. It's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Here's Axiom Summers trying to give Detroit the lead. Ground ball to short, but that's going to end the inning. Both teams have 4 hits, unable to score any runs as we go to the top of the 5th. With I Can't Believe It's PBE, going to get a base hit. Here's Mercatock. He's going to try to bunt. That doesn't work. He's going to instead be Arya's 9th strikeout of the game. Here's Gagne, hot hitter. Full count. Takes a called strike free for the 10th strikeout of the game. Here's Wallach. Fly ball to left, but left fielder doesn't have to move that much as it's caught for the third out. Here's the cold hitting Suzuka up again. Fly ball to center that's going to get caught. Reverend Sean coming up here. Line to the left. Oh, the left fielder couldn't hold on to it. Mom Spooner commits a brutal error there. And here's Bobrist with a full count. And he's going to draw a walk. Here's a good chance for Detroit to do some damage here with Alpha Nerd coming up here. He's going to take a called strike free instead for Harold Smith's first strikeout. And now Dollarson strikes out to end the inning. Oh my goodness. Here's Goffier, who's going to ground out to the second baseman. Stewart coming up here. Fly ball to right that's going to get caught. Here's Martinez Mom Spooner, who's going to take a called strike free and make it 11 punch outs for Aria Blue Sky. An absolute dominant performance on the mound once again. Here's holding the jam, who's going to ground out to the shortstop. Here's Bliff Slam is coming up here, trying to get something going, but can't as it's a line out to the first baseman. Here's a starting pitcher. Line drive center. It's over the pitch. It's over the center fielder's head. It's going to be a stand-up double. So let's see if Relaxium Summers can drive in the run. Line drive, base hit. That's going to finally bring in the run. And Detroit finally takes the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's Shizuka, who's going to strike out here to end the inning. Here's Peter Dawson the third facing a free one count. That's a towering fly ball to center and over the center fielder misplays it. It's going to be a standout double. Here's Hunter, who's going to strike out, make it 12 Ks for Aria Blue Sky. I can't believe it's PB ground ball. That's going to be out, but it's going to move Dawson to third. Here's Mercantile. Towering pop up. And that's going to get caught for the third out. All right, bottom seventh. As Sean strikes out here. New pitcher in for Boise. It's Mike Boss the third. Here's Zembobrist. Towering fly ball. You can kiss that baby goodbye because that is long gone. 11th home run of the season for him. It's 2-0 Detroit. Alpha Nerd. Ground ball is second. That's going to be the second out. Here's Dollarson, full count. That's also a towering fly ball deep to center, and that is gone as well. 431 to dead center. His 15th home run, 3-0 Detroit. And here's holding the jam. And that's going to get down for a base hit. The hits keep on coming for Detroit as Slamis also picks up a base hit. They're going to try to throw at second. Oh, they get him at second. What a throw there. Trying to extend a single to a double, but gets thrown out. Top of the eighth we go. Gagne. Blue Sky still in bad pull defense there by the second baseman. That's a hit. Wallach. And that's a pass ball. That's going to move Gagne to second. We go back to his at bat. That's going to get down. That's going to be a base hit. And just like that, Boise's finally on the board here in the top of the eighth. Here's Goffier. And that's going to get down for a base hit. They're not going to send the runner from third. They're going to hold him up here. And they are going to pull Blue Sky for Belfour. Uh-oh. And he's going to blow it right away. Gives up a 3-run shot to home run leader Stewart. And it's going to be a 4-3 Boise lead. Here's Mom Spooner, who's going to ground out. Here's Peter Dawson the third facing a full count. And that's going to be a fly out to center. Chase Hunter coming up here. He's going to strike out here. Right now, it's going to be Belfour who's going to be credited for a loss. If this holds, starting pitcher is going to hit a towering pop-up that's going to be caught by the shortstop. Here's Relaxium Summers, who's going to strike out here. Here's Shizuka. Towering shot, deep left center, and that is gone. And just like that, they have tied the game. So therefore, Aria Blue Sky will get a no decision despite the dominant performance. New pitcher in for Boise, it's Yita Ball. As Sean's going to fly out to left as we go to the top of the ninth, tied at 4. With I Can't Believe It's PB coming up to bat. Who's going to strike out here. Here's Sanaya Mercantile. Fly ball. Oh, misplayed by the left fielder. He was not ready. It's gonna be a stand-up double. Here's Chef Gagne. Fly ball. Great hustle there by the second baseman for the second out. Here's Rodrigo Wallach. Full count. Grounded to first, and that is going to end the inning. Let's see if Detroit can walk it off here. Bobrist is going to strike out here. Alpha Nerd. 3-1. And now the winning run is at first without walk. Danger Dollarson. 3-1. That's going to get down. And just like that, the winning run's now at second with home to jam coming up here. Ground ball. It's going to get down. Knock him. And it's going to load the bases with one out for Bliff Slamus. And that will do it. That is a RBI double. That is going to end the game right then and there. 5-4 your final. Detroit's going to win it. Pretty crazy game. Raptors now drop 7 in a row with that loss. But a good game for Stewart. 1 for 4. The home run leader adds his 32nd home run. Also, Wallach with also RBI as well. Detroit, I see pretty good effort there by Nader Dollarson. 3 for 5 day. Home the jam. 3 for 4 day. Couple individual RBIs by Summers, Shizuka, and Bobrist. And Slamus with the walk-off. Pitching-wise, Belfort's going to get the win in the blown save, a ball to loss, and despite the no decision, no doubt about it, 12 strikeouts. Arya Blue Sky, your player of the game. And now let's get through some more box scores. Vandals are going to pick up a 3-0 win over the Space Rangers. The only thing to note was nothing to note for Lunar Base, but 1 for 4, 2 RBI day for Von Caliente, which was that home run in the 8th, and the other RBI by Phillip. Pitch wise, Forlorn picks up a strong 4 hit, no runs around, 8 inning performance. Picks the win, Abbasi the save, Ryan Express the loss, and Forlorn's going to be your player of the game. The Indianapolis Apex are going to pick up a 5-3 win over the San Antonio Sloths. For the Sloths, their runs came from Laramie, a 1 for 3, 2 RBI day, and Duckley Jr. Looks like no home runs there. We do have some home runs to report for D. Fernandez Jr., who had a solo shot. But the main RBI producers came from Dave Babbitt Person and Mosquitoes, both getting a hit with 2 RBIs. Pitching wise, Smithis the win, Noble the save, innings eater to the loss, and biggest Titius Smithis is going to be your player of the game. Nashville is going to pick up a 6-4 win over the Providence Crabs. Looks like a multi-home run day for Slate Gray, but for Providence, looks like multiple RBIs from Zaleski, Hurquake, and J.D. Pants. For Nashville, 2 for 4, 3 RBI day for Slate Gray on 2 home runs. Jimmy Arenado also had a home run as well, also adding a 2 for 4, 2 RBI day for Smirnoff. Pitching-wise, Zach Mulder picks up the win. Park the save, Krabby the loss, and Slate Gray is going to be your player of the game. Seattle, 7-6 win, a tight one, thanks to 7 runs in the 4th against the Voyagers. For New York, the RBIs were all spread out. 3 for 5, 1 RBI day for Summer Dog. Payne, can you take me higher? Is Zero Tanaka. And Crispon Crystalhauser also had RBIs. For Seattle, a 3-run home run by Pass in that 4th. Also RBIs by Perez, Williams, and Metz. Pitching wise, Richards the win, Pelikai the hold, Treadwell the save, Crookwell the loss, and Can You Take Me Higher is going to be player of the game. Very close one in Death Valley, but the Scorpions are going to prevail thanks to 2 runs in the 6th. Looks like a 2-run shot by Snell. Buffalo side, the RBIs came from both home runs by Dog Maple and Marconcho. For Death Valley, obviously the Stell 2-run shot, but also an RBI hit from launch angle. Also, Montalban Zycono Montalban picks up his 55th steal of the game. Pitching wise, Jumbo the loss, Votto the win, Xavier the hold, Bandit Keith the save, and Devier Votto is going to be your player of the game. Aviators, 13-0 demolition of the New Orleans Rougarou. Nothing much to report from New Orleans except a multi-day from Werewolf. Where do we start here? 2 for 5, free RBI day for Abe Ghostly. Also home runs by Julio Ruiz and Rachel Morimora. Jones Ruiz also had 2 RBIs and so Eschenball. Bazooka Slow also picked up his 44th steal, more her 25th steal. Pitching wise, Sniper King's going to pick up the win and the player of the game. Eshelman's going to pick up the loss, and Sniper King's going to be your player of the game. Moving on to our final box score, because this is I just want to make sure this is correct. World scores, yeah. Today's a minors off day. Toronto 7-6 winners over the Cancun Toros. For the Toros, Brolina had a 2-run RBI. Oikel also had a home run. Solo had a home run as well. Also had RBIs from Gnome Child and Beatty. For Toronto, multiple 2 RBI days for Webb, Ingram, and Greer. Ingram via home runs. Webb also had 2 steals. Murder Dog a steal. Gnome Child's also up to 63 steals. Pitching, Kim Jae-woo is going to pick up the win. Samuel Smoltz the loss. And Bandit Healer is going to be player of the game. And he also ties the Toronto regular season game record with doubles with 3. And that concludes the box scores for today. We will now save and go on to PBOMG. If you do, okay, we do have a prediction up now. Thank you. For which team that'll have more hits. The reason why you don't see all the innings, it's the way my computer is set up. It's the unique thing I have. Yeah, I was shocked that Blue Sky nearly blew that as well. If you Okay, let's go on to the next day. And according to my schedule, we have. Do we have another one? Nope, today it's a quick sim. That means I got a speed run through box scores. All right, here we go. And we got a Lone Star start. How much do you want to bet until he loses? Okay, we start off with New Orleans. They get revenge thanks to Honk Shu's free hit day, making it an 11-8 win over the Aviators. For OBX, 2 for 4, 3 RBI day for Speedy McFly Jr., all via that home run. Also had RBIs from Slow, Eschenbaum, Morimura. For New Orleans, Boucher had a 1 for 2, free RBI day. Honk Shu obviously had the 3 for 5, 4 RBI day, 3 of the runs coming via home run. Also, Enderman's up to 93 steals, love it, and 29. Pitching wise, Griff Manzer the win, Westbrook the save, and Joe Hendry the loss. And Honk Shu is going to be your player of the game. I'm sorry, Lone Star. You picked up an. Oh no, watch me play. Oops. No. I hit the wrong button. That could have been bad. Okay. Detroit 10-4 winners off while Axiom Summers 4 RBI day. For Boise, 2 for 4 free RBI day for Gauthier, who had 2 home runs to get the runs. Mercantile also had a home run as well. You live and die by the long ball in Boise, apparently. Summers 2 for 3 4 RBI day, which was were they all home? No, 2 of them came from home runs. Slam is 3 for 4 2 RBI day, 2 for 5 2 RBI day for Alpha Nerd. Pitching wise, Cody McGoat faced the win, Nicky Vaseline the loss, and Wallaxium Summers is going to be your player of the game. Lunar Base, 9-3 winners over the Vancouver Vandals. For the Vandals, the RBIs came from Danny Burgers, Herkaresh, and Phillip. Lunar Base, I see a 2 for 5, 2 RBI day for Firefly Boy. Alt House, 2 for 3, 1 RBI day. That were for first, 2 for 3, 2 RBI day. Pitching wise, Philip goes up to 70 steals. Andy Beans picks up the loss, Animal Kingdom the win, and Not Worth for first is going to be your player of the game. Apex 10-8 winners over the San Antonio Sloths. For the Sloths, multiple RBI days for Mander and Duckley. Also, Scone had a home run. For Indianapolis, Multiple homers for D. Fernandez Jr. at McInlay and Callahan. Also at Santos Garcia, who's been one of the best leadoff hitters with a 2 for 5 2 RBI day. Santos Garcia also goes to 63 steals, and D. Fernandez Jr. goes to 38 steals. Pitching, Flock quads the win. I almost said Jamie Noble, but it's James Noble. I watch wrestling too much. Noble the save, Johnny Tatum the loss, and Flop quads is going to be your player of the game. Moving on to our next group of scores. Oh, you saw minor spoilers, but Nashville 5-4 winners over the Providence Crabs. Tight one here for Providence. Multiple Rail Traveler had a 2-run home run for his only hit. Also added RBS by Cassius considerations and boys to chest back again. For Nashville, Ford Lincoln Mercury with 2 RBIs via home run, 2 for free day for him, 2 for 4 2 RBI day for Slade Gray, and an RBIs for Briggs. Pitching wise, Ultimo Con the win, Zach Vega the third the save, Krabby Pebbles the loss, and Ford Lincoln Mercury is going to be your player of the game. New York, 11-2 winners over the Sea Serpents. Seattle's only runs came from 2 RBIs for 1 for free day from Bambi. No, for New York. Oh boy, where do we get started here? Free RBI shot, 3 RBIs for Can You Take Me Higher, which is free run shot. 2 RBIs for Teggy, who also had that for home run, and I'm Cole Bebe also had 2 home runs. Oh wait, what? 5 steals by Can You Take Me Higher? That's the most I've seen in a game. 5. That's got to be a record. Pete Up Woods the wins, Whitman the save, Mulligan the loss, and Can You Take Me Higher's player of the game with 5 steals. Buffalo, 13 innings, 6-5 win over the Death Valley Scorpions. It was Jackson Churios who had a home run off Bandit Keefe. Death Valley, the RBIs came from Laser Show, Rule, Snell, Angle, and Montalban. Angle and Rule had the home runs there. For Buffalo, Honcho had 2 RBIs, and Churios. Honcho, 4 for 6, 4 RBI day. Probably going to be player of the game, my guess. Mayo up to 88 steals. Meister up to 59. Boba the blown save. Ice Bear picks up the win. Bandit Keith the loss. And Mark Honcho is going to be your player of the game. Final majors box score. We have the Toros up 6-2, winning 6-2 over the Pathfinders. For Toronto, the only runs came from 1 hit, 2 RBI day from Austin Webb, their GM. For Cancun, no home runs here, but a free 2 RBI day for Stingucliff. Solo, Berlina, O'Malley, and Beatty also had RBIs. Gnome Child also goes to 64 steals. Pitching wise, Benico the win, Mac and Cheese the loss, and Napoleon Solo is going to be your player of the game.
I do apologize if I'm going quick. Let's go into some minors box scores. We have the Lemurs beating the Bears 7-5 despite a Valor home run. Yes, multiple 2 for 4, 1 RBI day for me, which was that home run. Kiso having an RBI 2 for 4 for Louisville. 3 for 4, 4 RBI day for Allaire. Probably gonna be player of the game, my guess. Zikafus the loss. The Denostradon the win. Wapple the save. And Adrian Allaire is gonna be your player of the game. Mangos 8-6 winners over the Amarillo Armadillos. For the Delos, I see multiple RBI days from Martin and Babineau. Babineau, of course, having that via home run. Also, Wacko Warner and CJ Henderson had RBIs. For the Mingos, multiple RBI days for Luca, Slugs, and Murphy. Also see an RBI from Greer. McFgoody Fortune also goes to 34 steals. Pitching wise, Hugh Jazz the loss. Let me read this name. Tahiti Kennedy Sanan or DKS picks up the win. O'Callahan the save, and Atlas Slugs is going to be your player of the game. Hepcats 10-3 winners over the Rados. For the Hepcats, I see 2 for 4, 5 RBI day for Kamenik. Kirkland also had an RBI as well. St. John 2 for 4, 2 RBI day. Pitching wise, we got Chi Wei Jay Wei Lee. If Warren's in the chat, could you tell me if I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong? I'm sorry. The bot picks up the loss. And Kaiman Kamenek is going to be your player of the game. Kingpins, 12 inning win on the road against the Firehawks. Looks like Ganja Smoke with the go-ahead RBI. For California, the lone RBI came from Whoop Whoop, which was a solo shot for the Kingpins. 2 for 6, 1 RBI for El Grande Mexicano. I think Ganja Smoke and Sparky Diaz got RBIs. Pitching wise, Bodie Grizz the win. Mid at best the loss. And I'm a dude man, despite the no decision, is going to be the player of the game. Final minors box score, we have the Wheelers, 5-1 winners of the State College Swifties. We got ourselves here for the Swifties. The lone RBI came out of confused to a solo shot. For Anchorage, I see a Monstar getting a big day, an RBI double there to get his runs. Also, a few RBIs from Jordan and Barnum. Pitching, Jackson the win, Trenton the save, Chingus the loss, and Mark Jackson is going to be your player of the game. All right, let's save and go on to our next game, which we do have a prediction up for. It's Seattle and Toronto. Seattle and Toronto. And specifically, we're going to keep your eye on this. Seattle and Toronto. Which team will have more hits? I'm going to let that be up for a little bit longer. Also, god dang it, why does McQueen have the cursed score there? And speaking of which, that's the game we're looking at. How does the sim know I was playing Umamusume as of late? Well, my main horse is Gold Ship, not McQueen. I haven't pulled McQueen. Okay. I think everybody's on board with Seattle. We don't got a lot of people here, so I think I'll just get for this quick. So let's get this underway. Seattle and Toronto. Here we go. No more primetime games. We'll just get underway with this game. Strider's going to be on the mound, and he's going to give up a base hit to Buki Metz right away. An RBI, a double, in fact. Here's Jim Hawkins, who's going to ground out to the second baseman. Here comes Pass, who's going to ground out to first, but that is indeed going to score a run. And here's Zach Johnson, the third. He's going to ground out to third. Back to Toronto. McQueen on the mound against is going to get a foul out of Healer. Here's Palindrome. 3-2 bet is going to be a fly out to right. Austin Webb, full count, is going to ground out to the pitcher. And a quick 1-2 free ending there for McQueen. Here's back to Seattle with Bambi. No, and that's a high fly ball to right, and that is gone. Second hit of the game is a solo shot to make this a 2-0 lead. Here's Bradley Wellerman Jr., who is going to, what the heck was that animation? That's a ground out, but still. Gator McGraw going to pop up to the shortstop for the second out. And here's Waterman Perez. 3-2, that's going to get caught by the center fielder. That's going to end the inning. But not before Seattle doubles up their lead. Here's Chauncey Ingram coming up here for Toronto, who's going to strike out here. Bew Matthews is going to strike out here. Here's Mortar Dog. That's going to give you a base hit. That's going to be a double. Pretty easy double for him. Here's Paddington Von Pippington. That's going to get by. That should score a run, and it will. So Toronto finally gets a runner. So we're tied at 2 hits. Lucas Ryan's going to strike out here. So that's going to we're taking a look to see which team will have more hits. Well, that's the prediction. Back to Seattle with Lou Williams. And there's a base hit for him. That's going to be a leadoff single. Here's Bukiewicz. Oh, but Williams is going to get gunned down. It's picked off at first. Metz is going to strike out here. Back to Jim Hawkins. Ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. Dusty Greer coming up here. Who's going to strike? No, I thought he struck out, but it looks like he's going to draw a walk.
Bandit Healer. Bunt. And, oh no, a double play. The bunt. The bunt did not work. That ended poorly. A bad bunt. And that's going to end the inning with a palindrome ground out. Here's Pass coming up here. Who's going to strike out? Zach Johnson the third. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to be a double. No! He got thrown out. Not even close. Bambi no is going to ground out the third. Why am I getting all the interesting games? I can't complain. It's all good. Austin Webb is going to get a ball past the third baseman for a base hit. And Webb's going to steal, and he will just barely beat out the third for his 38th steal of the season. Ingram. Towering fly ball. Deep center. Kiss that baby goodbye. It's a 3-2 Toronto lead off that two-run shot by Chauncey Ingram. Here's Boo Matthews, cold hitter. He's going to strike out here. Murmur Dog. He's going to strike out. Von Pippington. Did he take and that is gone too. He has an RBI, and now he's taking McQueen deep. It's now a 4-2 lead for Toronto. Lucas Ryan is going to get a towering pop-up that's going to get caught there. All right. Toronto leads in hits. Let's see how long this lasts. Mullerman Jr. is going to ground out here. Gainer McGraw is also going to ground out. Waddleman Perez. 3-1. That is going to get down. Oh, ground roll double. Ground roll double. Lou Williams is going to strike out. So we go bottom 5 with Toronto up 2. Here's Dusty Greer. He's going to ground out to short. Bandit Healer. He's going to strike out here. Palindrome. Full count. He's going to get past the first baseman for a base hit. Austin Webb. Center fielder misplays it. It's going to probably be a run here. They are going to send the runner. And they get the... Oh! Did they get the out at third? Yes, they do. It is going to score a run, but dribbler. And Metz is going to be safe. Beats out the throw. Hawkins. Metz is going to steal, and he's going to be safe easily for his 58th steal of the season. Hawkins, deep fly ball to the left, and that baby is gone. Jim Hawkins makes this a one-run game. Here's Pass coming up here. That's going to get down for a base hit. Dangerous base stealer, and they are going to send him. No throw. He's going to be safe easily. Zach Johnson the third. And that is going to get down. This game is going to be tied off that double. Here's Bambi no. Fly ball to the left. It's going to get caught. Bradley Wellerman Jr. That's going to get by. They're going to hold the runner at third. Here's Gainer McGraw. That's going to get down. That's going to give Seattle the lead. All the people in the chat betting Seattle is probably pleased right now. And here's another one by Perez that's going to load the bases for Lou Williams. That is going to not... It's going to be an out, but it is going to score a run and make the 7-5. Mookie Betts walks. Bases loaded once again for Jim Hawkins. 3-1 pitch. He's going to swing at it and fly out to end the inning. But not before Seattle takes the lead. Here's Chauncey Ingram, who's going to strike out here. Boo Matthews. Fly ball to center. That's going to get caught. Here's Murder Dog. Little looper ground ball. No throw. He's going to get an infield hit. Von Pippington. Dog's going to steal, and he's going to be safe. 29th steal of the season. Let's see, Von Pippington. Ground ball to the pitcher is going to get thrown out there. Top of the 7th. Seattle up 2. Here's Pass. He's going to strike out. Zach Johnson the third. Fly ball to center. It's going to be playable and caught. Bambi no coming up here. Fly ball to center is also going to get caught. And that's going to end the inning. Stretch time. As Lucas Ryan comes in. Check swing. Got him. 8th strikeout from McQueen today. Greer ground ball to the pitcher. That's going to be out. Bandit Healer, full count. It's going to draw a walk. Palindrome. Fly ball to the center is going to be caught, and that's going to end the bottom of the 7th. Top 8, we go with Bradley Willerman Jr. coming up here facing a full count. And that is absolutely hammered, and that is long gone. Kiss that baby goodbye. 8-5 lead off that solo shot. Gator McGraw coming up here. Fly ball to center, that's going to get caught. Here's Waterman Perez facing a full count. Ground ball to third, that's going to get caught there. That's going to be not caught, ground out there. Lou Williams. That's a deep shot. And that baby is gone. Kiss that baby goodbye. For Lou Williams, his 6th home run of the season makes it 9-5 Seattle. Buki Mets coming up here. And it's kid and gets it down. The 15th hit of the game. And that's going to bring fire Aaron Boone. And Betts is going to also pick up his 59th steal. Hawkins is going to fly out the center. That's going to end the inning. Toronto's got some work to do. McQueen is still in. Webb is going to fly out to right. Ingram, full count. Grounder too short. That's going to be out. And that's going to end McQueen's day. Matthews is going to come in. And Pelikai's in. And Pelikai's going to get allow a walk. Oh, that's hit well to the center. Bat's going to get into a gap. Dog's going to get a double. That's going to score a run and cut the lead down to 3. Here's Bon Pippington. Free 1 count. He's going to ground out. That's going to end the inning. Top of the 9th we go. The lead's now down to 3. With pass coming up here. Line drive caught by the third baseman for the first out. Zach Johnson the third. Fly ball to right. That's going to get caught. Bambi No coming up here is going to strike out. Last chance here for Toronto with Lucas Ryan, Dusty Greer, and Bandit Healer coming up. Lucas Ryan is going to strike out here. New pitcher, Archie Richards coming for the save. Greer's going to ground out here. Here's Bandit Healer. Last chance, full count. Strikes out. Seattle with 15 hits. Close the bet. Seattle wins this one. 9-6.
Pretty good big days from Von Pippington, Wonder Dog, and Ingram. You already see all this in the home runs. Pitching wise, Majiro McQueen's going to pick up the win, Strider the loss, and Buki Mets with the 3-for-4 day and multiple steals is going to be player of the game. And now let's speed for some more box scores. Because it's just me flying solo, it's going to be a lot faster today because I wanted to experiment with an early sim. Buffalo 3-2 winners off a walk-off RBI double by Hannah Streamsaw. For Indy, the lone RBI came from Brett Goldberg. For Buffalo, 1-4 2 RBI day for DW Dog Maple. Evan Streamsong with the walk-off. Santos Garcia's also at 64 steals. Pitching-wise, Fittlepaldi picks up the win. Takahashi in relief picks up the loss. And Calm Chicken, despite the no decision, is going to be your player of the game. Cancun are 6-1 winners in San Antonio. The lone RBI came from Press Duckley Jr. for the San Antonio side. For Cancun, multiple home Brolina, 2 for free, 4 RBI, 2 home run day. Also added an O'Mallory home run and Meredith getting an RBI. Gnome Child gets 2 steals to go to 66. Pitching wise, John Cowgill picks up his 9th win of the season. Leonidas Longpipe picks up his 10th loss of the season, and John Cowgill is going to be your player of the game. Vancouver 4-0 shutout win thanks to Chuck Nasty being pretty dominant on the mound. The only highlight coming from New Orleans is LaFay picking up the steal and a 2-for-4 day from Honk Shoe. Vancouver, I see a big day for Enrique Von Caliente, a 2-for-3 free RBI day from a 2-run shot and an RBI for Hirschikesh. Also, shout out to Philip, who's at free. Got Pierre Philip, who got 3 steals, goes 73. Pitching wise, Dash Jackson the loss, Chuck Nasty the win, and Chuck Nasty is going to be your player of the game. And we already saw Seattle and Toronto. That means Nashville, pretty good sim for them, continues 4-2 winners despite a late comeback by the Aviators. OBX side, the RBIs came from Robert Oliver and Curtis Jones. For Nashville, I see it's probably going to be a pitcher that wins the player of the game because the RBIs were from Smirnoff, CJ Levine, Fort Lincoln Mercury, and Slate Gray. More and more also, so pitching wise, Mac John picks up a pretty dominant win, while Matt Jones lost, and Mac John as I predicted, is going to be player of the game. New York 6-1 winners over the Lunar Bay Space Rangers. Vega gets the solo shot. That is the only RBI for New York. I see a 2-for-4 free RBI day for Ramirez, as Teggy also adds on a home run. And no steals because Magic maybe go for Adkins complete game, one earned run. That's going to pick up his 11th win. Probably player of the game and answer the loss. And yep, Adkins is player of the game. Let's get for the last two major scores. We have 6-0 dominant win by the Demons over the Crabs. Crabs have been slumping so far this sim. Only a few hits and a steal from Boyce just back again to report from Providence for Detroit. No home runs, but Bobrus had a 2-for-3 2 RBI day, 3-for-4 1 RBI day for Dollarson. Shizuka got a steal. Fagarias is going to pick up the win, Iceman the loss, and Fagarias is also going to be your player of the game. Last major's box score, 3-0 dominant outing by Guy Rousey against the Boise Raptors to put him at 45 wins. The only for no home runs here, but the RBIs came from Lawn Gnomes, Flamingo, and Laser Show. The story of the game goes to the pitching of Guy Rousey. 7.1, only 2 hits around, 10 strikeouts. PKVS picks up the loss, and Guy Rousey, no doubt, player of the game. And now the minors box scores. Hepcats, you lost the bots. Ranas go to 20-57 off a 9-4 win. I only care about the human players. 2 RBIs from Gandalf the Gray. Red Panda also had a home run. A bird picks up the loss. Gerard the Bot picks up the win and the player of the game. Kingpin 6-3 winners over the Firehawks. The Firehawks have been slumping as of late. For Chicago, for the Firehawks, I see a couple from Song and For Call who both had solo shots, and RBI from Carver. For Chicago, multiple RBIs day from Gambles, also from a solo shot from El Grande Mexicano and Ganja Smoke. Pitching wise, Chonico Sun the win, Bodie Grizz the save, Master Unit the loss and the blown save, and Ottoman Timothy is going to be your player of the game. State College 7-3 winners thanks to 3 runs in the ninth to get enough separation from the Wheelers. The Wheelies, let's see, Sluggerton with a 2-run shot, and Barnum with an RBI. Those are the only things to report from Anchorage. State College, 2-for-5 2 RBI day for Barry Jr., which was a home run. Also had multiple RBIs from Brummer, Rousseau, Stone, and Confused. Also, Rousseau had 3 steals and Skogard. So pitching wise, Spencer Bear picks up the win, Froggy Dubois the save, Wham again the loss, and Spencer Bear is going to be your player of the game. Final minors box score, we have the Mingos going to 50 wins, catching the Brew City Bears for the best record, with a 6-2 victory over the Amarillo Armadillos. For the Dillos, the RBIs came from Noxus and Babineau. And for Florida, 3-for-4 1 RBI day for Greer, 2-for-3 2 RBI day for Atlas Slugs. Cedar also got a thing as well. Pitching wise, Momentum the win, Blue the save, Marshmallow Jr. the loss, and Atlas Slugs is going to be your player of the game. And I will save the game, and we'll take a quick little short break because we have a quick sim.
coming up. So I will be back. Just take a few minute break to catch my breath. All right, welcome back. We got ourselves a quick sim on our schedule for today. So, whatever you guys are, let's go. And that means we get to speed run through some box scores, shall we? All right, here we go. Toros 5-0 dominant thanks to a dominant outing by Martini. San Antonio, couple hits, though the only thing notable. Not even a single stolen base. Cancun, you Cliff had a home run, make it capping off a 3-for-4 2 RBI day. Meredith also had a good outing as well. Brolina won for 3 2 RBIs. Also, Solo gets a steal. Pitching wise, the aforementioned Pedro Martini only allows 11 strikeouts. Horrendous Haddock the third picks up the loss, and Martini picks up player of the game. Seattle 4-2 winners against Toronto. For Toronto, the RBIs came from a solo shot from Ingram and also Lucas Ryan getting a sac fly. For Seattle, no home runs here, but a 2-for-4 2 RBI day for Bradley Wellerman Jr. and Buki Metz also picking up an RBI. Pitch and pass goes to 60 steals. Murder Dog also has 3 steals. Pitching wise, Ivy DeVries goes 8.1, picks up the innings for the win. Moncrief picks up the save. Whiskey the loss. And Ivy DeVries is going to be your player of the game. Nashville, 5 runs in the 10th. Too much to handle for the Aviators. Aviators picking up an 8-3 win. For Outer Banks, the RBIs came from McFly Jr. and Aldeo Flirte. Meanwhile, it's raining home runs in Nashville. Lumber, Munson, and Levine all go yard. Although there's a good chance that Levine's player of the game with 3-for-5 free RBIs. Also, at pitching wise, this is J.Y. Park picks up the win in relief. Jiggs came in the loss. And C.J. Levine's going to be your player of the game. Buffalo, 4-2 winners of the Indianapolis Apex. Looks like a free run shot by Hannah Streamsong. Probably going to be player of the game, but if I look later, let's see. For Indianapolis first, I see Mosquitoes had a solo shot, and Yedev also had an RB. And a multiple hit day for McInlay. For Buffalo, we have a 2 for free 4 RBI day for, I would expect, Hannah Streamsong to be player of the game. Also a free for 4 day for Chikasin. Mitsubi Mayo also goes to 89 steals pitching wise. Mondragon picks up the win in relief. McFlores the loss. And Hannah Streamsong is going to be your player of the game. And the Voyagers pick up a 3-1 win over the Lunar Base Space Rangers. For the Space Rangers, the lone RBI came from a solo shot leadoff bomb off out from Althouse. For New York, the only things to report is a 1 for 2 RBI day for Adam Cole Bebe and a sack fly from Nolan Teggy. Can You Take Me Higher also has free steals. Pitching wise, Joey Moose Jr. picks up the win, Ransom Jones the save, Yida picks up the loss, and Joey Moose Jr. is going to be your player of the game. Vandals 5-1 winners over the New Orleans Rougarou. The Rougarous lone RBI came from Jordan Love. I think this is Jordan. Yeah, no, it's Jackson. There's so many Loves in this league. Following that RBI from Boucher for Vancouver. Multiple home runs from Danny Burgers and Steven Strange, which add on to their RBIs. Also, McLovin 1 for 4-2 RBI day. Philip also goes to 74 steals. Steven Strange gets 2 steals to go to 74. Pitching wise, Holy Sheet picks up the win. Alejandro Abbasi the save. Bernard the loss. And Holy Sheet is going to be your player of the game. I heard you like walk-offs because we indeed got one here. Scorpions walk free runs, bottom of the ninth. It was Stell, a free run shot off Mike Boss the third to give him the win. For Boise, multiple RBI day for Stewart. Also, Goffier and Gagne got RBIs for the force on the Death Valley side. A lot of home runs. Launch Angle and Montalban had home runs. Obviously, still had the walk off. Multiple hit days for Little Flamingo as well. Montalban also goes to 57 steals. I bet he's probably the MVP favorite right now. Pitching wise, Lanky Schramm relief picks up the win. A ball gets the blown save, and Mike Boss picks up the loss. And Zykato Montalban is going to be your player of the game. Finer Majors box score. Crabs 1-0. Pitchers to a win. There you go, Crabbies. You got yourself a win on stream over the Demons. The lone RBI looks like an error. Reaching on a error in the second. That's got to sting. Sean goes to 74 steals, Suzuka 6. Bobris had 2 errors that game that cost him. LeBeau the loss. Joe Random the win. Randy Colon the save. And Joe Random's going to be your player of the game. And now the minor scores. Hepcats get revenge on losing to the Bots with a 9-1 domination of the Ranas. 2 for 5, 5 RBI day for Ari Ordong with multiple home runs. No doubt going to be player of the game. Just getting off the grave, picks up a steal. Summers the win. Practice the bot loss. And Ari Ordong is the player of the game. Bruce City 6-3 winners over the Louisville Lemurs. Looks like a big day for Wet Sox from there. 3 for 4, 2 RBI days, also player of the game. For Nashville, we have, let's see, not Nashville, Bruce City, I meant. 2 for 5, 2 RBI day for Tanner McCheesy. Also, Torrey also had 2 RBIs and an RBI for Big Boy. Pitching wise, Jacked Up picks up the win, 1 Tiny the loss, and Wet Sox picks up player of the game. Dillo 6-2 winners over the Florida Flamingos. Looks like for the Flamingos, the RBIs came from Pollywag and Alan Greer, who had the Wagner home run. For the Dillos, we got a 2 for 4 2 RBI day for Dominion Dugout. Vilkova also had a 1 hit 2 RBI day. Tony DeVecchio also had a home run as well. Pitching wise, Caitlin Montreal picks up the win as of the loss, and Dominion to go is going to be player of the game. State College, more multi-inning madness with 11 with in the 5 runs in the 11 proved too much for the Wheelers. For Anchorage, we have a lot of RBIs. Checo had a home run that got him there. Also RBIs from Cash Jr. and Squires. For State College, big days indeed. 3 RBIs from Adam Confused, which was solo shot. Wacker also had a home run as well. Capped 2 RBIs. Barry Jr. also had 2 RBIs in a pinch hit situation. Risotto goes to 65 steals. A lot of stolen bases this game. Not Ultra Niam kicks up the win. Phantom Ben's the same. Armstrong the loss. And Griffith Stone's going to be your player of the game. And our final box score before our off day. Despite 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth allowed, the Kingpins still hold on to a 7-5 win over the Firehawks. For the Firehawks side, 2 RBIs for I Got a Dumper, which was a home run. I got RBIs for Max, Moore, and Song. For Chicago, Gambles had 2 RBIs. God Just Spoke had a home run. Pretty much everybody had a contribution except for the people who didn't have hits. Timothy also had a stolen base, and Song had a stolen base. Avery Time picks up the win, Sears the loss, and Avery Time's going to be player of the game. And that means let's go on to our next day. And that would be an off day. Okay, next. And we do have our last 2 games. It is in the minors. It is California and Brew City. Let's get a prediction up. Hey, you're in the chat. Mods in the chat. Can we have a prediction up for this game? Real quick. I just got to go run to the bathroom real quick. Because we're about to go into the final 2 streamed games of the Sim. Okay, I guess we're not gonna have a prediction then. Let's get going. Bruce City and California. Them and Florida have been absolutely running the minors so far. Okay, here we go. Start with Sunk here. There's been a meme about Kelly being unable to get out first. Not a good start as he gives up a hit here. Base to as well for call. That is going to be a double play. And now here's Clark Max. Fly ball. That's going to be popped up. Caught by the shortstop. Let's see what happens here. First, this bum player named Valor the third. Grounds out here. Kiso coming up next. Who's going to strike out. Handle all these nuts. He's going to strike out here. So Neil Howard comes in and strikes out the side to begin. Devontae Moore is going to fly out to right. I've got a dumper. Hammer deep to center, but not going to be deep enough. And here's Coleman Carver. Towering pop up that's going to get caught in foul territory. Here's Stitcherson. And there's the first base runner for Bruce City all day. It's a leadoff walk. McCheesy. Hammered. Deep left, but it's not going to be deep enough. Oh, whoa. Stitcherson's going to tag up from first and actually be safe. That's rare. Sankara. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. And Torrey, cold hitter. It's going to walk. That leads Calvin O'Shaughnessy. Ground ball that's going to be thrown out. And that's going to end the inning. Here's Fedor Batsmith. It's going to draw a 4-pitch walk. Nicholas. Ground ball. They get the out at second, but not at first. And here's Goro Majima. Fly ball. This is right. That's going to get caught. And back to Song. Line drive. Caught by the pitch for the third out. And here's Big Boy. He's going to strike out here. Valor the third. You do not walk my player. Let's see what happens. Life, liberty, taxes. You basically let me steal on you. Kiso, also going to draw a walk. Handle all these nuts. Fly ball, going to get caught by the shortstop. And Stitcherson, hammered, deep right field, and kiss that baby goodbye. Left field, kiss that baby goodbye. The first hit is a 3-run shot. And Bruce City is up 3-1. Tater McCheesy. High pop up going to be caught by the third baseman. That's going to end the inning. For Cole Jr. coming up here. That's going to pass the third baseman for a base hit. That's going to be a double. Here's Clark Max. 3-0 pitch. That is going to get down for a base hit. They're not going to send the runner for third. They're going to hold him. Devontae Moore. 3-2 pitch. Going to swing on it. It's going to be a fly ball to left. It's going to caught, and the runner stays at third. Here's I've got a dumper. They are going to send Max, and he's going to be safe. Double play's not an option. Fly ball to left. Once again, good throw there to keep Furcall from scoring. Carver. It's going to be a ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. Some great defense there by Bruce City to stop the runs from coming in. Bottom fourth with Thomas Sankara. Fly ball deep to center. That's going to hit the gap to the wall. And that's going to be a stand-up double to start. Salvatore's going to walk here. My stupid dog is barking. Calvin O'Shaughnessy's going to strike out here. Big boy, ground ball. It's going to be a double play that's going to end the inning. Back to California with Bat Smith. Nicholas. It's going to strike out. Majima flies out. Hang on, I'm going to take a quick break for Sorry, my dog was just barking at the mail lady. Sorry about that. Life, liberty, taxes, another Vidal Valor the third walk. Life, liberty, taxes, another Vidal Valor steal. Kiso, gonna get walked. Once again, Neil Howard's giving out too many free passes this game. Handle all these nuts. Oh my god. Hammer to right. Goodbye. Fair ball. 6-0 Bruce City. And Akasuga's in against Stitcherson. As a ground ball to third. Quick throw for the out. Tater McCheesy. Grounded to third again. Going to be another out. Thomas Sankara. Dribbler to the catcher. Going to get thrown out there. So we go top of the sixth with a 6-0 Bruce City lead. Here's Yun Song. Fly ball deep center. Not going to be deep enough. For Carl Jr. That's hammered. Deep to right and kiss that baby goodbye. California's on the board finally. Took you long enough. Clark Max. That's going to get down for a base hit. Moore. That's going to be a steal, and Max is going to be safe. And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Kelly's starting to have some command issues here. Dumper. That's going to be a ground. Gets the out at first, but can't get the out at second. And here's Coleman Carver. Ground ball at first. Quick out. So he only allows one run as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Here's Sprabertori, who's going to strike out looking. Calvin O'Shanassi. Fly ball to right that's going to get caught. And here's Bob's big boy. Grounder to the shortstop. That's going to end the inning. Okay, here's Peter Batsmith in the top of the seventh. Going to ground out to first. Roman Nicholas. Grounder to the shortstop. Going to be thrown. Oh no, the first baseman couldn't handle it. It's an error. Goro Majima. Can they take advantage of the error? Not so. Let's see. With Young Song coming up here. It looks like they will not. It's going to be a fly ball to right that's going to get caught. Top of the order with Valor coming up here. Did I just go yard on stream? Yes. The rare time that I could actually call my player calling a home run. I wish I wasn't surprised, but I am. Here's Jared Kiso coming up here. That's a fair ball somehow? I don't know. Handle all these nuts. Towering pop-up that's going to get caught by the shortstop. Stitcherson. Another towering pop-up caught by the shortstop. Wait, no, it dropped. Okay. Tater McCheesy, kiss that baby goodbye. That is like... Oh my god. 10-1 Bruce City. Now we get a massacre. Sankara. It's going to ground out to third. Torrey. It's going to strike out here to end the inning. But it's getting ugly here. For Carl Jr. Fly ball to center. It's going to get caught. Clark Max. Woody the pass is now in for Bruce City after a pretty good performance by Joseph Kelly. And here's Devontae Moore, who's going to draw a 4-pitch walk. I've got a dumper. It's going to ground out to third, and that's going to end the inning. Here's Connor Snashy. Fly, pop up that's going to get caught by the shortstop. Here's Bob's big boy, who's going to ground out. And a bum named Vidal Valor the third. Doesn't matter, I still get on base anyway. And Kisa's going to ground out to end the inning. Last chance here. Coleman Carver. Towering pop-up that's going to get caught by the first baseman in foul territory. Fedor Batsmith. Another pop-up that's going to get caught by the third baseman. Last chance, Roman Nicholas. He's going to strike out. And Bruce City absolutely dominates the Firehawks 10-1. Let's see, a lot of big days here. A lot of home runs there. Kelly the win, Neil Howard the thing, Stitcherson player of the game. With a 2 for free RBI day. Alright, world scores. So that means we scroll up to the majors real quick. Vandals, 2-1 winners thanks to a late sac fly in the 8th. Providence, the lone RBI came from Seymour Bolts. Vancouver, the RBIs came from McLovin, Jr., Pierre Phillip. Phillip was a home run. Stephen Strange gets free steals to go to 77. Alejandro Bassi the win. Count Cravula is safe. And despite the no decision, Forlore is going to be your player of the game. Voyagers, 9-3 winners in San Antonio. Looks like a wild 8th and 9th inning 7-run eruption gives them the win. San Antonio, the RBIs came from Scott and Laramie, and player to be named there for New York. Does Vaughn Creek? Oh, he was a double and a single short for the cycle, but a good day for him. 2 for 5, 2 RBI day for Brian Payne, and 4 for 5, 2 RBI day for Ramirez, who I think is going to be player of the game. Pitching wise, Ransom Jones the win, Crash the loss, Robo de Blow season, and Diego Ramirez is player of the game. Toronto 6-5 winners over the Buffalo Surge. For the Buffalo side, Hannah Streamsong, a free run shot. The big notable thing for Buffalo. Also RBIs from Dog Maple and Honcho. For Toronto, Palindrome, 3 for 4, free RBI day. 3 doubles from him. Lemon Ingram also had RBIs as well, and so it's Greer. Pitching, Mayo goes to 90 steals as well. Juicy Jumbo the loss, Mixon the save, Katarina Mixon the win, Katarina the save, and Palindrome is player of the game but ties the regular season game record for doubles with 3. Aviators 8-0 winners over the Raptors. The only highlight was multi-hit day from Peter Dawson III and steal from Mercatoc. Curtis Jones, multiple home run day, 2 for 5, 5 RBIs. Eschenball, another home run, and also a 3 for 4 day for Abe Ghostly. Bazooka Slow gets 2 steals up to 47. Pitching, we have Sniper King picking up a win, Shigeru the save, Smith the loss, and Curtis Jones is going to be your player of the game. Let's move down here. Scorpions, 5-1 winners over Nashville. Looks like a rough day at the office for Boulder. The only RBI came from a sac fly from Jimmy Arenado, but a 3 for 4 day for Smirnoff. Death Valley, oh boy, multiple home runs from Plainview, Flamingo, and Launching. Like I said, bad day in the office for Mulder, giving up a lot of home runs. Pitching wise, Mulder gets the loss, Votto the win, and Votto is going to be your player of the game. Demons 11 to 6 winners over the Rookaroo. That's the 14th win of the season for Aria Bluska. Despite getting an early home run off of her, they just couldn't hang on. New Orleans, Ozzie Robinson had the early 2-run shot, but also 2 RBIs on sac flies from Becker. LaFabe also 3 for 4 with 1 RBI. For Detroit, Danger Dollars and Bliss Slamus immediately catch your eye with a home run. Reverend Sean, free RBI day for him off 1 hit. Sean goes to 76 steals, Dollars and 24. Pitching wise, Blue Sky the win, Eshelman the third the loss. And Bliss Slamus is going to be your player of the game. I am losing my voice. Thank God we're about to get to the last game, though. Toros, 6-2 winner over Lunar Base. I'm just going to show off the box score real quick for screenshots. And here's Seattle, Indianapolis. Seattle 6-1 winners. And now some minor league scores.
And the last box score of the day. If you're wondering why you're hearing silence, I'm losing my voice. That's why I'm just only going to talk during when a game is streaming. Yeah, no, shocking. Kelly did get out of the first inning. All right. Final game for today. Let me see what that game is. It is Nashville and DVS. Ugh. This is going to be the final stream game of the day as we have a quick sim and an off day after this. And then I will do the upload. Pretty even matchup here. Nashville is very close to getting out of a rebuild after a few seasons. Maybe a cold drink here can help me out. Get my voice back. Okay, that sounds a lot better. All right, here we go. Death Valley and Nashville. We start off with CJ Levine, who starts off with a line out to right. Slate Gray is going to fly out to left. Jimmy Arenado strikes out. Now here come the Scorpions with Montalban's going to strike out here. Lawn Gnomes also strikes out here. Launch angle. It's a towering pop-up that's going to get caught by the third baseman. For Lincoln Mercury coming up here. Strikes out. Michael Munson coming up now. Grounds out to third. Bobby Briggs. It's going to be a ground ball that goes to the second baseman. That's going to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 back-to-back innings. Hot inning Stell. That's going to be a gap double. The hot hitting Stell gets on. Here's Daniel Plainview. He's going to ground out to the shortstop here. Meister coming up here. Fly ball to center is going to get caught. Here's Little Flamingo. Fly ball to center, also going to get caught. So they get an early double, but not much they can do there. JB Rainier is going to ground out to first. Smirnoff. It's going to be Nashville's first hit of the game. Jimmy Lumber. It's going to be a ground out. Do they get the double play? Nope, that throw is offline. CJ Levine. Could be a tough play there. Gets the out and prevents a run from scoring. So here's Laser showing the third. Striking out here. You stole a rule. Ground ball that's going to be out there. And Montalban. It's going to draw a walk. That's an elite base steal on there. They're going to set it, but Montalban's going to get thrown out easily there by Munson. Top of the fourth we go with a pitcher's duel. Slate Gray. Fly ball deep to right. It is gone. Slate Gray's 16th of the season. And that's going to give Nashville a quick 1-0 lead. Jimmy Arenado is going to draw a walk for Lincoln Mercury. Also going to draw a walk. Michael Munson. Bunt. They get the out at third. What a play there. Bobby Briggs. And that's a pass ball. That out's not going to matter. Let's see. Briggs. Full count.
Fly ball. He's going to come down with the catch. The throw is not in time. It is a productive out to make this 2-0. And here's Rainier. Fly ball deep to center, and the fielder gets to it. But not before Nashville takes a 2-0 lead. So here's Lawn Gnomes here. Ground ball. That's going to get past the second baseman for a base hit. Here comes launch angle. Who's going to draw a walk? Hot hitting Stell. This is somebody you don't want to face. But they get the double play. Plainview coming up here. And that is going to get down, and that's going to score a run. Cut the lead in half. With Meister coming up here. Ground ball. Too short. That's going to end the inning. I said almost at the game. Smirnov coming up here. Ground ball past the third baseman for a base hit. It's going to be a stand-up double. Jimmy Lumber coming up here. Lumber, deep drive, right field, and kiss that baby goodbye. That is gone. Jimmy Lumber's 13th of the season, and that's going to give Nashville, add on to Nashville's lead, making it 4-1. And here's C.J. Levine. Deep drive. That's going to be a gap shot. It's a stand-up double for C.J. Levine. With the hot-hitting Slate Gray coming up here. And they are going to send Levine to third, and he's going to be safe. Great base running there. Slate Gray is going to draw a walk. Jimmy Arenado is going to strike out here for Lincoln Mercury. Also going to strike out. Munson. Fly ball to right. That's going to get caught. But not before Nashville adds on to their lead to make this a 3-run lead. Here's Little Flamingo coming up here with a full count. And that's going to be a gap shot that's going to get down for a base hit. A double, in fact. Laser shows a bit of a cold streak. And he's going to strike out here. Rule is going to draw a walk. Montalban. That is going to get down. That's going to load the bases with 1 out for Lawn Gnomes. It's going to get by. 1 run's in. 2 runs are going to score. And it's a 1-run game. Here comes launch angle. Grounder gets the out there. And the hot-hitting Stell coming up here. That is going to get down. And that is going to give the Scorpions the lead. A 5-4 lead for Death Valley. Plainview. Fly ball to center that's going to get caught. A disaster of an inning there by Ultimo Khan. It's going to give Death Valley a 4-run 5th. Let's see how Nashville can respond. Briggs, not a good start. To ground out to the pitcher. Rainier, 2-1 count. It's going to be a towering pop-up that's going to get caught there by the second baseman. Here's Smirnoff facing a full count. And that's going to be a double, a gap double. There could be a play at second, but the throw's not in time. And here's Lumber. Fly ball, going to get caught there by the center fielder. So J.Y. Park's now going to come in for Nashville against Meister, who's going to ground out. Little Flamingo. That's going to get down for a base hit. Laser show. Towering pop-up going to get caught by the first baseman. And here's Rule. Ground ball. That's going to be out. Top of the order for Nashville has been deadly this game. Levine's going to ground out here. Slate Gray, full count. And fly ball to the left. That's going to get caught. Arenado. 3-1. That's going to get by for a base hit. With the tie runner, here's Lincoln Mercury. And it's a pass ball. That's going to put Arenado at second. Lincoln Mercury. Fly ball to the left. That's going to get caught. And then the inning. So here's ball to ball. Trying to protect a 1-run lead. Fly ball to center that's going to get caught. Lawn Gnomes. Ground ball. That's going to get by for a base hit. Launch angle. This could be 2. But they can only get the out second. And here's the hot-hitting Snell. And that's going to continue with another base hit. There's going to be a play at third. Not in time. Plainview. Fly ball center going to get caught. And we're going to go top of the 8th. Munson. Strikes out here. Briggs. Fly ball to the left. That's going to get caught. Rainier, full count. That's going to be grounded to second. And the Scorpions are 3 outs away from winning this. Here's Meister. That's going to be a good start. It's a base hit for the gap. Here's Little Flamingo. And they're going to send Meister, and he's going to be safe. 62 steals of the season. Flamingo, fly ball to right's going to get caught. Here's Laser Show. They're going to send Meister's going to go for third. He's going to be safe. And now Laser Show strikes out. Rule strikes out. With Zachary Vega coming in. Last chance here for the Stars with Smirnoff, Jimmy Lumber, and CJ Levine. Ray Xavier trying to go for a save. And it is not a good start there for the Scorpions. It's a leadoff double there by Smirnoff. Here's Jimmy Lumber. Fly ball to center. It's going to get caught. They are going to Levine's going to Smirnoff's going to tag up and he's going to be safe. Levine, towering shot, deep center, and that is gone. CJ Levine has given the Stars the lead in the top of the ninth. And here's Slate Gray. Ground ball to short. That's going to be out. Jimmy Arenado is going to strike out here. Can Death Valley walk it off here? Down one. They have their top of the order. Zachary Vega, their former closer. Montalban's going to ground out here. Lawn Gnomes. That's going to be a base hit. Wait, no, it's caught. Oh, my God. Launch angle, last chance. Swing, and he gets him. Nashville. Zachary Vega gets a revenge save against his former team. A 6-5 victory over the Scorpions. What a game that was. All right, just going to show you some of the box scores. Smirnoff, player of the game. Caps off. Okay, let's get. And I'm going to show you the rest of the box scores. And Lone Star loses again. This is a quick stream because I was trying to see how I would do on my own. Mora player of the game. I apologize for being quiet. I'm just saving my voice. Because I expect my voice to be crap the rest of the day. Voyagers pick up a 10-4 win. And here's your pitching. All right, here's your and let's get for the last few majors box scores.
And now here's a couple minors box scores before we switch into the quick sim, which will be the last thing of the day. Here's your look at some of the box scores for this one. Just want to check in on the chat. Yeah, I'm going pretty fast because I'm doing a. I like to describe this as a quick sim on steroids, but it isn't. Okay, let's get into the final streamed, the final games for today, which is a quick sim. Here we go. And I'll just go for the, again, real quick. Vancouver picks up a pretty good sim. Once again, I do apologize for not speaking. I have lost my voice a little bit, which is why I am not speaking that much.
All right, here's the last majors box score. And now the minors. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just quietly going for these. I'm just saying, the streamer has a shot voice. And here's the last one for today. And off day. Well, you know what time it is. I can do this. Ask the booth while I prepare to do the file, begin the file upload. Does anybody have any questions for me today? As I begin the file upload. Let's see what y'all have in store for me. If anything. All right, just keeping my eye on for any questions. Before we go off the air, while I do the index upload, I am going to show the current standings as we go into the final week of the regular season. Okay. All right, Captain SB. I did see your question on here. What are all the teams you played for in PB across? Ooh, since I've had so many players, I originally started with the Kingston Mounties, which are now Florida, with the original Fidel, with the and then the Voyagers. And then my main player was I don't remember where the original Fidel Valor was drafted. Think she was Death Valley. Never played for them. Taken by Kashima, then traded to New Orleans. And then I got Death Valley took me again, went IA. This time around, I have the Del Valor Jr. I can trace pretty well. Brew City to Buffalo, and then I got traded to Nashville. Then I had to leave because of cap situations to Detroit, then back to Nashville. And then this one, Brew City again, and then back to Nashville. So, pretty similar path. I do gotta say, I kind of like the format I did here with the rapid fire. Uh, I do have a raid target set in mind. Uh, so once I show off the standings, whenever you guys are ready, I feel like we should go raid EVC. Yeah, that's the person I think we should raid. Since Mothership's not on right now, I feel like our main target should be them. And then the final upload. So, I put up the raid target if we could get a raid over there. But first, once we're done uploading the file here, I'll show off the standings real quick. Okay, we're just about ready. Okay, let's go to our standings real quick. Here's your look at your standings going into the final week. With everybody playing at 81 games, there's about 27 left in the season. You can pretty much see what races seem just about locked up. I think we're pretty much taking